Hi guys, Blake here today. Oh gosh, there we go. With Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on beautiful Lake Taneycomo. It is the 27th of May. And I'm gonna do the one cast for you today. I boated up here to get away from all of our Memorial Day traffic down there. There was probably, no joke, 35 boats between our dock and Fall Creek. I've seen people tubing in front of our dock. I've seen it all today. So I'm up here just a little bit below the golf course up here in the trophy area. It's a little less traffic up here. And I have a chartreuse mega worm on 6X tippet. About 6 foot above that, I have one of the Oros indicators. And oh my gosh, we're gonna try our luck up here. Oh, that was the boss calling. Let's find out. Hey, I just started the video.
Oh.
They were fishing little Cleos.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's legal.
Yep. Sure is. Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks. All right, that's not my first cast yet. I'm still not where I want to be. Giant fish just jumped right behind the boat. I don't know if he's still sitting there, but we're going for that. That's going to be my first cast. Probably no chance I'm going to find that giant fish that just jumped right there, but we're going to try it anyway. So I took some friends fishing yesterday, and it was quite the show for the first hour. We only had a couple hours to fish, and got all rigged up with micro jigs under a float. They weren't supposed to run any water for like 2 hours or like for 3 hours, so thought we had plenty of time with the water off. Nothing officially on the first cast, and we got up here about where we're at now to realize that the water was running, and running too fast for us to throw what I had set up. So put the boat on spot lock and took all the time to rig up some scuds and eggs to drag under a bobber. And as soon as we drove up to the dam to try to be clear of the moss coming through, they shut the water back off, and we had to go back to stuff under an indicator. Anyway, I say all that to say that once we figured out what they were biting on, it was this chartreuse mega worm, and they were eating it really good. So I figured I'd come up here and give it a whirl and see if they're still interested in it today. Oh, there was a touch. That fish touched it. I'm gonna have to face my boat downstream here. Because the wind is blowing pretty strong. Not a bad thing, but if I want to keep working my way downstream, I'm gonna have to fight the wind. And if this doesn't pan out, we are gonna try the old micro jig. Phil and our neighbor Bruce Walker are fishing together down on the other side of the Narrows right at the moment, and he was hauling in a fish as I was passing by. And he said that the micro jig bite was good. So we'll see if they eat the mega worm first, though. Big fan of the mega worm. It produces some quality fish when they're eating it. There was a fish. So today's water schedule, they're running no water until 2 p.m. We're coming up on that time. We're about an hour away. So far, from what I can tell, all my guides who were out early this morning all had good bites. Most of them throw in the old pink power worm. Captain Jack Harris had a trip out this morning. They were throwing the pink power worm, and I think they were just fishing the stretch on the shallow side, just up around from the dock 100 yards or so. And they wound up landing a 24-inch rainbow on that. Oh, I might. So what's happening here? I'm getting a lot of bites. They're picking it up, but they're not inhaling it. And something I do when that is taking place is I'll trim part of the tail off of this mega worm. There we go. That one ate it. He is a jumper. Lively. Come here, buddy. This is what we call the silver bullet. So that's a fish that comes out of the Neosho hatchery, the federal hatchery. They're a little less colorful, but they usually turn into big, fat, fighting fish if they get the chance to live that long. Had a number of our other boats come back that catching them pretty decently. You don't have to do this on a fly rod. It can be easily done on spin cast rods as we were doing yesterday. I've still got those rigged up right here in the boat. And you just use one of our weighted corks that we sell in the shop to cast it. And make sure you're keeping your line tight so you don't have a bunch of slack when you go to set the hook. But if you can manage those few things, you can easily do this on a spin cast rod as well. Same goes if you're throwing the micro jig or any of that stuff. Yeah, they're definitely interested in it. They're hitting it a lot. They're not quite slamming it as hard as they were yesterday afternoon though. Yesterday they were just completely taking it every time. You could just about get the hook set without fail. They're definitely doing a little short strike in here. So when I trim a mega worm, I just take out my pocket knife and cut it shorter, closer to the hook. However, it's usually good to have a lighter with you to burn the end of it again so it doesn't start coming unfrayed. So that's why I'm avoiding cutting this one, but I might do it anyway and just fish it till it falls apart. Come on. You know, sometimes there's like little stretches of time, days, a week, a couple weeks, where the fish are just like keyed in on a certain color or a certain thing. And chartreuse seems to be hot. Not sure why. think no matter how long I fish, I think there's just some things about the way a fish thinks that I never quite fully get an understanding of. Come on. Yep, it's about to happen. I'm about to trim that. And I don't know, you might be able to take some other type of chartreuse material and get the same effect. Oh, eat it. Stop playing with your food and eat it. So we probably had like at least 10 bites so far. There we go. Oh, he let go. So I had that one stuck. So I thought, make sure you're checking your mega worm. They get tangled up, especially when the fish start playing with them. It makes it harder to set the hook and or makes the fish completely uninterested. So that is the other cool thing about when you trim them. You trim it short enough to where it cannot any longer get tangled in the hook. And I give that thing time to sink down and straighten out underneath the indicator. I'll let it set there for a second, and then I give it some action, pull in my slack, get ready for the bite. When they see it kind of jump up off the bottom and move and flutter back down, that's usually when it gets their attention. For the water being off right now, it's actually still pretty deep. It all depends on when they shut the other dam down on how much the water level will be up here, and the gravel bar is not even exposed down at the narrows, so we're holding a little higher today. Take some time on this Labor Day weekend, get the hook. Oh, and he let go. How is that even possible? Anyway, back to more important stuff. Take the time to thank all of our military and those who gave their lives to provide the freedom to sit here and do this video today. Wow. That was I don't know if the camera caught that. That was like a 22-inch fish. He just did a full body jump out of the water. Something about the water being off sometimes just makes the fish acrobatic. I don't even think they're doing it for any reason other than to just fly. Okay, this is the third one I've hooked in a row. We'll see if we can keep this one on the hook. That one's took some jaw damage from something or somebody. This bottom jaw was split. Probably bogo grip damage. A nice chop on the water here. It's blowing pretty consistently in the same direction. Well, that's a bigger one. Gonna pull some drag. Come up here. Come up here. You can't get too rushy with the 6X tippet. You will break it just about every time. Oh, come on. Get out of that. Get out of there. There we go. We got a solid hook set on that fatty. He doesn't look super fat, but he's real thick, real chunky. And my boat's going for the bank. Starting to get some of that setting algae on the water. It's no fun. It gets all over your fly. I'm sorry, I forgot my life jacket today, guys. It's been a absolute crazy day on the dock, and I had just a few moments, and I ran in the office and grabbed the camera and grabbed some rods and set them up and got on the boat and got halfway up here and realized I forgot to grab the life jacket. So I apologize about that. Oh, he got my mega worm. That was a big fish. That was a large fish that just broke my line. I wasn't going to say anything quite yet, but I saw him grab it. I saw the hook set. I even ran off. I grabbed a whole handful of these chartreuse mega worms, and I even ran off and forgot those. So I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul here. Stealing off another rod. Dang it. That looked to be about a 22 to 24 inch rainbow. I didn't get a perfect look at him, but it's definitely a bigger fish. Might even have been that one I saw jump a second ago, because we're right in that same area he was in. What just happened? I did not just cast that off of my rod. Okay, I might be having some line failure here. I don't know if I got a bad section of tippet or what's going on. Not a big fan of that. I don't think I have another chartreuse mega worm, gosh darn. Well, we're going to see if they'll eat yellow. And I've got one that I cut off short and burnt. Oh, I don't know how long that's been like that. I got one I cut off short and burnt down the end. Okay. They may not be eating the yellow like they're eating the chartreuse, but we're going to try it. I wish I wouldn't have forgotten those megaworms sitting there. And there's days where it works really well with cutting the tail off, and then sometimes I think they want that entire length. That's what attracts them, so we'll see. That might have been a bite. Of course, they don't want to eat this as well. Well, all I can say is if you're going to be out here tomorrow and you get a chance, you might try the chartreuse megaworm. But this shorter yellow piece is definitely not getting the same reaction. I could try. White is always a good one, and we'll just go back to a full-length worm. There. Okay, white might not be a bad choice either. Maybe it's just the length today that they are particular about. So take time to admire this shirt. Levi, who works at the resort, would be Lisa's son. Got a cricket machine and started making shirts, and he heard that a term or a name that Nathan coined a long time ago, Big Wake Blake, and he decided to put it on a shirt for me, so that's the one I'm sporting today. Nathan coined that one because sometimes I like to drive into the dock hot. Yep. They're liking the longer length worm, I think. It's a little better of a fish there. Can't even see my worm in his mouth. He might have really ate it. Oh, that's annoying. Get my hand wet real quick. There we go. Yeah, that's bigger fish right in the top of the mouth. That was a good hook set, buddy. You really ate that one. I have to put him back in the net for a second here. Might even need a pair of pliers. Absolutely buried that barb. There we go. We sell mega worms in the 80th and 100th ounce. I think they both do fairly well with the water off. 80th ounce just sinks down a little faster. It's actually what I started the video with, was an 80th ounce. And I'm now using a 100th ounce. Yeah, I think we'll make this the last cast of the day. There's Captain Brett Rager. Well, the full-length white one, definitely better. A full-length yellow one may have worked good too, but I still have to venture to say that they are on top of that chartreuse right now. But I'm going to end the video there. We're going to keep going. Thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook.